time to stop procrastinating and start creating. Hi there. The new year is all about resolutions and making positive changes in your life. But for some reason, January just makes me want to hibernate and do nothing. So, to counteract this, I've come up with an amazing plan.
I have a cunning plan to solve the problem.
This here little clock. This thing is going to be the answer to my New Year procrastination problem. But how? I hear you ask. I'm going to time myself making a custom Funko Pop, and I aim to complete it within 12 hours.
Wow!
So, let's get started. I'll be using this Robert Lewandowski pop to make Robert Lewandowski. Finished! Thanks for watching. If only it was that easy. No, I'm actually going to put him in his Poland kit. The kit that I've chosen is the Euro 2012 Poland home kit. Those Euros were co-hosted by Poland and Ukraine, with Spain winning the final 4-0 against Italy. The 2012 Euros will also forever be remembered for Denmark striker Nicolas Bentner's famous flashing of his Paddy Power underwear, for which he was given a 100,000 euros fine by UEFA. Right, I've got the clock started. So let's pop the pop into a pot of hot water for a few minutes. Now his head will come off nice and easy. I said now his head will come off nice and easy. Oh, finally. Because I don't need to repaint the head, I also won't need to spray any skin areas, so I'm just going to mask off all those bits. I just remembered that I need to sand down some of the printing. It's just the badge and the name, as they are slightly raised and I don't want them showing under the new paint layer. Now I can finish the last bit of masking. For that, I'm using this liquid mask from Vallejo. Okay, how are we for time? Oh, okay, not bad. Just under 40 minutes to get the figure ready for priming. Oh, getting this stupid battery out is not very easy. And now, it is finally time to prime. As most of the Poland kit is white, I'm priming with white primer. So this is gonna take a little while.
The next day.
Well, I had to wait for the primer to fully dry, so now I can spray on the actual proper white coat. I'm using Vallejo Mecha Pure White, as I want the kit to look super nice and bright white. Well, that didn't take long. Honestly, the airbrushing part is pretty fast, but it's the drying that actually takes up the most time. Fortunately, I'm not including drying time in this challenge. The clock is ticking though, very loudly I might add, so I need to get on with some more masking off. I know, so much masking. But it has to be done as I will be spraying the shorts next. Here's a cool little tip for masking off any awkward areas. Blue tack. This stuff is great, but for those nice sharp lines, you'll probably still want to use tape. The Poland shorts are red, so I'm going with this Vallejo game colour in bloody red. I love spraying actual colours, and this red is just so nice. The red is all dry, so let's have a look at how it turned out. Oh no, I just remembered. I need to do that red bit on the front of the shirt. Oh well, it's easily sorted. Back to the spray booth we go. I'm being quite careful here not to flood the paint on the model. This will hopefully prevent seepage of the red into the white. Now I can finally get all that masking off and see how it all looks. Oh no, seepage. Thankfully it's only a little bit, which I should be able to fix. You know, it's doing all this stuff that actually takes up a lot of time. Getting to this point has taken just over 2 hours, not including drying time. It's looking quite nice, but I need to do some little touch-ups. Next up, the boots. Robert wore these really cool Nike Total 90 lasers, which means I get to use fluorescent paint. I'm using the Mecha Green Fluorescent from Vallejo, which sprays on really nice and even. Painting it on is not quite as good, and it definitely will need a few coats. All the painting is done, so I'm giving the figure a coat of satin varnish. This will help protect the finish and also make a nice base for the decals to stick to. To make the decals, I use Affinity Photo. By the way, Affinity is free now, which is amazing considering what you can achieve with it. Here are the decals. They took me almost an hour and a half to create. I've printed some onto clear decal paper, and for the ones that go onto any red background, I've used the white decal paper. All I need to do now is cut them out and apply them to the figure. To help the decals adhere to the surface of the figure, I use something called Microset. It is honestly a must-have for decals. Well, I don't really have much more to say about applying the decals, so it's montage time! Thankfully, that music blocked out the annoying noise of the clock ticking. Honestly, I'm seriously considering murdering that clock soon. It is so annoying. Anyway, moving on. The decals look a bit shiny, so they're getting a final spray with the satin varnish. It's all dry, so now I need to get the head back on. It's never going to go back on as it is, so I'm cutting the neck post down a bit. Are you going to go on now? Yay! He is finished! I'm so happy with how he's turned out, and it only took just over 6 hours. Okay. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. I need to make a box for him. Back in a bit. I've printed out and laminated the box parts. All that's left now is the assembly. So, how has timing myself worked out in terms of helping with procrastination? Well, I gotta be honest with you all, I don't think it works. Not for me anyway, and allow me to explain why. I had to stop the clock to allow for drying time, but that also meant I could stop the clock to play Pokemon Legends ZA, or watch a film or something, or if I just couldn't be bothered to do any of it, which kinda defeats the whole purpose of trying to avoid procrastination. Personally, I think a deadline would be much better, like giving myself 1 week to complete a custom. I mean, I know there is no rush for me to make them, but I could make so many more if I could just stop procrastinating. So, how long did it actually take to complete this? Well, I stopped the clock at 7:52. So, just under 8 hours of hands-on designing and creating. But the reality? Well, it was more like almost 2 weeks. But whether it took 8 hours or 2 weeks, I am very pleased with the outcome. And all that's left now is clock murder! Okay, I'm not actually going to smash it. Although it only cost £2.50 from the supermarket, I don't really believe in destroying something that works perfectly fine, no matter how annoying it is. But for those who need a bit of closure, here's someone else murdering a clock. I'm sure it probably deserved it. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to put your laces through that subscribe button for more videos. Now here's the final result.